Every single day someone, somewhere, is controlling you, not with ropes, not with chains, but with words, glances, and perfectly timed silences. It could be your coworker, your friend, your partner, even a stranger at the grocery store. You think you're deciding freely, but your choices, your feelings, your actions might already be engineered. Today, we're breaking open 10 dark psychology tricks that people use on you every single day. By the end of this video, you'll see how easily your mind can be hijacked and how to spot it before it is too late. The mirror effect: when someone subtly imitates your body language, your tone, or even your emotions, your brain feels something powerful. Familiarity. It whispers, "They're like me." This is called mirroring, and it's one of the oldest and most effective manipulation tools in psychology. A skilled manipulator doesn't force trust, they reflect it. They copy your posture, your pace of speech, even the rhythm of your breathing. You lean forward, they lean forward. You laugh softly, they chuckle too. You sigh, and they follow. Your subconscious takes this as proof of connection. Suddenly, your guard drops. You start opening up, revealing details, emotions, even secrets, because your mind tells you, "This person gets me." That's when they slip in influence, planting ideas that feel natural, familiar, and safe. Ideas you start believing were your own. It's not empathy, it's engineered rapport, a quiet manipulation that makes you obey without ever realizing you're being led. The foot in the door: they start small. "Can you help me for just a second? Can I borrow a pen?" You say yes, because it's harmless, almost automatic. But that tiny yes isn't meaningless. It creates psychological momentum. This is called the foot in the door technique, one of the sneakiest ways people gain compliance. Once you've agreed to something small, your brain wants to stay consistent. You've taken a step, and your mind silently says, "I must follow through." The next request appears, slightly bigger, and you agree again. Day after day, favor after favor, the requests grow. You think you're helping. You think it's voluntary. But it's conditioning. A manipulator doesn't ask for much at first. They plant a seed of compliance, then let it grow until the harvest is yours. Small steps, subtle influence, and by the time you notice, it's too late. The guilt loop. Have you ever felt guilty for saying no? That feeling isn't just social pressure, it's a psychological trap. Manipulators know how to weaponize your empathy. They use guilt to bend your decisions without raising alarms. They might say, "I thought you cared about me after everything I've done for you." Or softly, "Wow, I didn't expect that from you." Instantly, your chest tightens, your mind races. You start apologizing, explaining, even overcompensating, just to ease the tension. And that's exactly the point. They don't need force. They don't need threats. They use your own conscience as a leash. The more you care, the deeper the loop pulls you in. Guilt isn't just an emotion in the wrong hands. It's a tool for control. The silence weapon. Silence is not empty in the hands of a manipulator. It's a weapon. When someone suddenly stops talking to you, no texts, no replies, no acknowledgement, your brain panics. You start replaying every word, every gesture, trying to figure out what went wrong. Your mind craves closure, validation, anything. This is known as the silent treatment, and it instantly shifts power. You feel uncomfortable. They remain calm. You start chasing the connection, trying to regain their approval. Manipulators know your discomfort is their leverage. They're not practicing maturity. They're controlling your actions through absence. The key: recognize silence as a tactic, not as truth. Your worth isn't defined by who speaks to you, it is defined by the control you keep over your own mind. The illusion of choice: do you want to do it now or later? Sounds harmless, right? Like you have control. But here's the catch: you don't. This is called the illusion of choice. Manipulators present 2 or 3 options, all leading to the outcome they want. Your mind relaxes because it feels in control. But the path was predetermined the moment the options appeared. Parents use it on kids. Marketers use it on consumers. Leaders use it on followers. It's subtle, almost invisible. You walk willingly into their plan, believing it was your decision. This trick proves one simple fact: you can follow orders without ever realizing you're following orders. Time pressure limited offer. Only a few spots left. Decide now, or lose it forever. Sound familiar? This is time pressure, one of the most universal dark psychology tricks. When your brain senses scarcity or urgency, logic takes a backseat, emotions take control. Fear of missing out drives your decisions. It's not just marketing. Manipulators in relationships, workplaces, and social circles use it too. If you don't decide today, I'm walking away, by creating artificial deadlines. They force you into snap decisions. You don't think, you react. By the time you notice, the moment has passed, and the outcome is exactly what they wanted. Gaslighting. Are you sure that's what happened? You're too sensitive. You always overreact. These aren't just words, they're psychological bombs. Gaslighting is designed to make you question your memory, perception, and even your sanity. At first, it's subtle, a small doubt planted in your mind. Then it becomes constant. You start questioning your own reality. You stop trusting your judgment and begin to rely on theirs. Control is built not through force, but through doubt. When you can't trust your own mind, theirs becomes your only reality. And just like that, a manipulator doesn't need power over you. Your own uncertainty does it for them. Love bombing. They adore you. They call you perfect. They say they've never met anyone like you. You're flooded with attention, affection, and validation. It feels magical, intoxicating. Then suddenly, they pull it all away. This is love bombing, a manipulator's way of hooking your brain on emotional highs. They flood you with affection, then withdraw it, creating dependency. You start chasing the next hit. It's not love. It's control disguised as passion. Your emotions are no longer your own. They're a puppet show, and you're the puppet. Triangulation. You're not just dealing with one person. Now, there's a third. Maybe it's an ex, a friend, a stranger. Suddenly, they're comparing you. She understands me better. He never complained like you do. This is triangulation. It's used to create jealousy, insecurity, and competition, making you fight for their approval. It divides attention, manipulates emotions, and keeps you desperate to win. But here's the cruel truth: the game was never meant to be fair. Manipulators thrive on this chaos, and you're caught in the middle, questioning your worth, your loyalty, and your choices. The reciprocity rule: they give you something, a favor, a compliment, even a small gift. You feel grateful. You smile. You thank them. But deep down, your mind starts a quiet countdown. I owe them. This is the rule of reciprocity. Humans are wired to return favors, even when we don't want to. A manipulator knows this. They'll do something small for you and later demand something much bigger. You think you're being polite. You think it's voluntary. But you're being subtly programmed. Every small act creates a chain of influence, pulling you closer to compliance without you noticing. How to protect yourself? Now that you've seen how these dark psychology tricks work, you can unsee them. You'll start noticing the mirroring, the guilt trips, the silent treatments, and the manipulations that once felt invisible. And here's the truth: you were never crazy. You were being conditioned. Awareness is your armor. Once you can name the manipulation, it loses its power. Because real strength isn't in controlling others, it's in controlling yourself. So the next time someone tries to pull your strings, smile, cut the cord, and walk away free. The most dangerous minds hide behind friendly faces. Subscribe for more dark psychology and philosophy breakdowns.